Welcome. I'm Richard Hasnout. I'm your host for the Wisdom Inspired Life podcast and this YouTube channel. Welcome back. As you may know, I'm trying to help people around the world that might be interested in living more of a wisdom inspired life to do exactly that by the wide range of content that's available on this channel to help people do exactly that. And speaking of helping, you can help me and those who might be searching for this channel by subscribing to this channel. Thank you in advance for your help. Number of playlists on the channel you may want to check out. The Advanced Wisdom playlist is, as the title suggests, it's wisdom from only God-realized avatars, enlightened beings. So quite a bit of very, very important stuff there that I think can be of interest and probably help most of you that are listening to this right now. This particular episode today is part of the Ageless Wisdom series and will be on the Ageless Wisdom playlist. The Ageless Wisdom is actually 24 volumes, more than 10,000 pages of the highest esoteric wisdom from the enlightened Tibetan master Zhao Ku, who's currently part of the spiritual hierarchy for our planet. He transmitted this via mental telepathy to Alice Bailey, a U.S. citizen. Quite an undertaking for sure. And I've had, over the years, I've read all of the 24 volumes, some of them a couple of times. It's not the easiest read. The good news is that somebody, a big fan of the Ageless Wisdom, put together a compendium volume called Ponder on This. Last time I checked, there were still some available on Amazon, but not many if you want to check it out. So today we're talking about the path of discipleship and what's kind of involved in that as you get more advanced in your spiritual journey. And in the Ageless Wisdom, they use the phrase "the dweller on the threshold," and it's pretty much as the word suggests. It's somebody who's a spiritual aspirant who's on the threshold of achieving higher levels of consciousness. Okay. Quoting, "The dweller on the threshold is usually regarded as presenting the final test of man's courage and as being in the nature of a gigantic thought form or factor which has to be dissipated prior to taking an initiation." And there are spiritual initiations along the way, and we'll cover them in later episodes. And there, speaking of that, there is that portal of initiation. And quoting, "That dweller on the threshold does not emerge out of the fog of illusion and glamour until the disciple is nearing the gates of life." It's not the gates of death that we sometimes hear about. Only when he or she can catch dim glimpses of the portal of initiation and occasional flash of light from the angel of the presence who stands waiting beside that door can he come to grips with the principle of duality, which is embodied for him in the dweller and the angel. Okay? This is pretty esoteric, advanced stuff that you're reading here. I talk about the wisdom and spirituality being a journey, and that's exactly what it is, in the sense that we need to make progress through various steps along the way, achieving higher levels of consciousness, performing certain spiritual practices that help us advance, and that sort of thing. Okay? A little bit about our soul. The dweller on the threshold is all that man and woman is, apart from the higher spiritual self. It's the third aspect of divinity, as expressed in and through the human mechanism. This third aspect must eventually be subordinated to the second aspect, which is the soul. And that soul, our soul, is that spark of divinity within all of us. And looked at, the spiritual journey looked at one dimension from one perspective is a process of letting go of the ego so that the soul can emerge and be the guiding force in our life. And that's what happens as we get to the threshold. Okay? Lots of interesting stuff, a little bit more advanced here, but give you a sense of what might lie ahead. As always, you can learn more by going to my Wisdom Inspired Life. As you know, I'm on a journey to try and help people live more of a wisdom-inspired life. I appreciate you being part of that journey today, and I look forward to continuing the journey with you.